Hello, hello. Hope you're doing okay today. Let me know if you can hear me okay. We're about to get started, but I hope you're doing all right today. Figured I'd do a small Christmas stream, and so yeah, let me know if audio is okay, if you can hear um, the music as well. I think last time the music was too quiet, so I didn't know it till afterwards, but yeah, let me know. If you're not hearing music, you should be, but I hope you're doing okay today. All right, we're going to get started here pretty soon. Like I do with most of these, I haven't looked ahead of time, so I did actually log in this time, so I've got access to the challenge, unlike last time, I think. So, but I'm going to go ahead and switch over, assuming that everything is working. Haven't seen anybody say something else, and there are at least a couple people watching, so all right. Hi, officially, hope you're doing okay today. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. First of all, I wanted to say that I think this is the third or fourth year that Amy's done this now, and I think there are others who have, I know James Quick has helped in the past as well, but this is just a little JavaScript challenge. There's also a CSS side of this as well, and I don't know if I need to build that out today or not, or if it's already part of this project. I don't even know. I just downloaded the code right here. So here's what we're building though, is this little expense tracker. Basically, got a little form, submit the form, add to a total, add up the total. So you can do this in a bunch of different ways. I don't know that I want to majorly overcomplicate this today, so I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be doing. I should mention that I do have a discount code right now on my Learn Astro course. There's like a secret Christmas link that I created, because you know how you have like relatives all the time who always ask you like, hey, what can I get you? And you're like, I don't know. But you want something nerdy, but you don't know how to tell them to get it, and you're like, don't worry about it. So I got this little thing where you can customize your link. So if I come in here and say like Chris, we do like email, email.com or whatever, and then it'll customize this just using URL params. So you can send this to them, and it basically tells them to make you happy and gives them directions on how to send this to you. So people can actually buy you the course. And on top of that, it's 50% discount, or $50 off. So it's $100. Just for these 2 days, and then you can have a relative buy you the course. So anyhow, if that's of interest to you, I'll leave that here for you to check out. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this, and my default is to use Astro for pretty much everything like this. I know here we've got some more responsive stuff, so honestly I might use React, but if we use Astro, it gives us the chance to like play with, I don't know, actions. We could use like React 19 form actions and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not sure. So maybe let's just come over here. I've got this open right now, and let's npx astro add npx astro create astro. What's this? Astro create at Astro. Man, I'm gonna have to look this up. Okay, astro.build. There we go. So close. I had something. All right, so we're gonna call this AOJ day 23 or something. I'm not totally sure exactly how I'll scaffold this out. If you have suggestions, I'm happy to hear it. Let's use the minimal. That's fine. Sure. I don't really like the fact that there's no like really basic template anymore. I think you can like manually install it using a tag, so I probably just need to look that up, but because I had to just delete everything constantly, but I guess that's how a lot of these other frameworks work as well. So all right, hopefully you're doing okay. I know it's like not a great streaming day, but I just figured I was up and I would do a small stream, because I know a lot of people are off these next couple days. So anyhow, figure we could hang out. All right, so let me go ahead, and I got this over here. Let's just pull all this out actually here. So let's move this all out this way. Let's see, this should work. All right, we'll get rid of this. Okay, so I've got these images. It looks like I do need to build some of this out. So let's actually see maybe what we're getting here. So I'm going to rename this assets and just drag this into the src directory. Folder, yeah, I don't care. let's go ahead and we've got this index route. That should work. Well, I guess we're going to need something in there, so that's okay. Layout. Kind of thinking for something like this, I'm just going to use Tailwind too. So let's go ahead and I should actually have all this. Yeah. So let's do npx astro add Tailwind here. And we'll say yes, yes. All right, npm run dev. Get this back up and running. Okay. So now let's move this over here. We'll pull this up, localhost. There we go. Okay. So let's see, it's yelling at me about this. And I don't even know where that's trying to find it. Astro.svg. The welcome. Okay. Let's just get rid of this. Huh? Hi. Okay. Now we got it saying hi. Everything's working. Let's get rid of all this. We'll call this AOJ Astro Advent of JavaScript. Yeah. Day 23. Okay, cool. So let's first of all figure out what we actually have to build. I've got the Figma pulled up over here. I'm guessing this background image needs to come in. So let's, I guess, pull that in here. And I guess since we're using this layout, let's just come inside here. And I don't have any front matter, but import, I'll do like background image from assets background PNG. And then I always forgot to do this. Optimize background. We're going to try this. Oh, wait. Get image, where we pass it the image and then some options. Maybe? Nah. Get image Astro. They always give you an example here that I steal every time, so it'll basically just give us an optimized background image if I can find it. Where's that? Okay, here we go. All right, that'll work. And then we're going to pull this in here. Style like that. Okay. All right, there we go. We got that pulled in now. What else do we need? Whatever this kind of card thing is. So this is the default. We could get like really specific. So we could build this out as like separate little inputs. I don't know. Hey, welcome. Yeah, let's just, I guess we're just going to have a little div here. Sure. Yeah. Why am I doing .div? Let's do a background. Wait, I'm guessing, wasn't there like a colors style guide here? Yeah, okay. So I guess we should also grab this. Roboto Mono, probably need that too. I don't know how much I care about the styling here, since this is supposed to be, this one's about JavaScript anyhow. I guess we'll come in here and extend the colors. So we'll do colors. And let's just override all this, that's fine. So I think that should work. Isn't this supposed to be, let's see, tailwind, colors. Oh, it's just a, I have it as a array, whoops. All right, we'll do the same thing here. This should also be this. And I will make this lowercase as well. And then we'll do order. like that. Okay. Cool. So let's use the input. I think that should work. We'll do like padding, I don't know, 7, 8. I don't really care what this looks like. Again, because the point is kind of JavaScript. So other thing is I probably want to come into the layout and set it in the middle here. So let's like wrap this in a main tag that has, we'll have the screen as the minimum height, and then we'll do grid, probably as easy as place items center, place content center. That's fine, we can keep them both there. All right, there we go. It's showing up. Maybe I should make my head go somewhere else. Permit me 1 second to change my head placement. All right, there we go. Let's move over this way. Let's also make it smaller. Okay. That should work. Let's come back over here. I guess I should probably look at what this is. Why are these? Why is it saying mixed? 20. Okay. Let's see. Rounded. Large. I have no idea what this would be. 8. 2XL. What's that? 16. Good enough. Okay. That's fine. Let's do like a shadow on here too. Just for kicks. And I think that's pretty much it. 45, 59, 30. I don't know that I care about that. Let's just leave it like that. Okay. So next we've kind of got these sections we got to build up. Obviously this section only shows, I don't know, should I just use React for this? I'm not sure I'm in the frame of mind to build this out the way I'd like to, so I think I'm just gonna yeah, I think I'm just gonna do a quick version. Okay, so let's come over here. Let me make sure there's not something I'm supposed to know. Page first loads, only the vendor amount should be displayed, so no save state, I'm guessing. I mean, like you could if you want, but as soon as the user enters a vendor and the amount, clicks on the check button. Okay, so let's just build this form because it's going to have to be there anyhow. I should probably... do I care that much? I don't know. Fonts. Roboto. Mono. Let's go like... Select variant. And let's call that a day. Copy the link, drop it in here. All right, so let's come back over here. We're gonna have like this form section, and then we'll have like the lower section, whatever that is. And I guess we could like, we could have this save in some way, I don't know. How to create the condition for if else for a page not found in Astro. I'm not sure I understand your question, AeroClick, but thanks for asking it. All right, so back over here, we need the expense tracker. Let's just OCR this, if it'll let me. Nope. There we go. So we'll just call this expense tracker. Okay, it is showing up. Tailwind config, font family. Sans. I think this is right. There we go. Okay. I don't know that I super care the other details here, so I'm just going to not worry about that. Below here, so I think we could do this where, I mean, ideally, I don't know that I care that much. Let's just put these inputs in here. So let's come over here and create some inputs. So we'll call this input.tsx, which means I probably also need to npx astro add react. Yes. React 19, so we could use server actions, or actions with React and Astro actions with Astro. I don't know how. npm run dev, I can't see anything. All right, cool. So back over here, now we can actually use this. Let's pull this in. Now we don't have to pass, we can just pass a ref like that. So that's another thing we'll do here. So we'll pass this as a little wrapper here. Yeah, where we're gonna have the label, and let's see, what else do we want? We'd have the label name. Let's just call it name, because it should be pretty basic. We just have to vendor and amount, right? Yeah. I don't know that I want to type all this either. Key binding in VS Code. I think the only real one I have, it's mostly like not in VS Code. It's just like using Raycast or other, or like Keyboard Maestro or other random things, is I think I have like a hyper left bracket, gives me the wrap with abbreviation. I think that's the only really custom thing I have. But all right, so here we'll put the name, and here we'll do name dot do lowercase, I guess. I think it's too lowercase, but I haven't typed this yet, so let's see. Name is a string, and ref is a ref. I don't even know what this would be. Type. How do I type this? I don't even know. HTML input element, I would think. Maybe? Okay. 2 lowercase. There we go. All right. Let's then have the input here. And here we'll pass in a type. So we should probably also take this in here. Type. I like not having to use forward ref anymore, thanks to React 19. And this is going to be input, HTML input attributes. And here we're going to use the name. Is that a thing? Input type attributes, right? No? No, that's not a thing, huh? Oh, it's just type attribute. I can just do that? Okay. So basically what I already had. Okay, so we've got that in there. Ref is going to be equal to the ref. And then input element. Okay, so that was typed correctly. How about that? Every now and then we make mistakes and they work out. So we'll do same thing here. So for the name, we're going to do this. Sorry, for the ID, we're going to do this. And then we'll also do the same thing for the name. Not my day. Okay, so I think that should work pretty much. We'll style that in a second, but let's come back over here. We'll add a little flex container gap to, I don't know, items center. And I guess we could loop over stuff, but I'm not sure. We've got vendor amount. I'm not sure it matters that much. So let's say input here. Name is vendor. Vendor, because that's how spelling works. Type is text. And then ref, I guess we need to actually pull this in. Let's make this optional, because I guess in this case I don't really have a ref, which I should have thought about before I built that out, but because I'm just going to use, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the bottom section yet. Okay, so let's call that a day. All right, so at least we got that in there. Next we have amount, I think. Okay, cool. All right, so for each of these, then, oops, let's come into the inputs and style these just a little bit. I don't know that I'm really gonna do a ton here. Grid, gap, maybe 0.5. Again, not super paying attention to the spec here, since this is about JavaScript. Let's do class name, like text, extra small. Yeah, sure. Amount, okay. That should work. I I guess over here I probably also want this form section. So we'll do like grid gap 2, 4, something like that. Okay. Let's come back over here. It looks like maybe this whole thing was supposed to be white. And then the inputs here will have some classes. Class name. We'll do BG input. What else do we want? Padding to round, medium, border. Border is border color, because that's clear. All right. I feel very happy with that. What do we have over here? Yeah. I think that'll work. All right, so inside here, let's also can I say like child nth? How do you do nth stuff in in Tailwind? I don't remember. First line, marker, before, last, first. Sure. Here we're going to say flex. Or we'll say grow. 2. We'll take up extra space. No. I don't know. Let's just come back out here and change it from the parent, I guess. So here I'm going to say grid calls 2. No. We're going to do like 50% auto and auto. Or, yeah, I guess we could just do 1FR. Does that work? Grid calls. Oh, it's flex container. That's not going to help me. How about that? Okay, so eventually we'll take up only the space we need. Why is this? I guess it doesn't have extra space to share. All right, let's just not worry about it. Again, the point of this is supposed to be JavaScript, and here I am messing with other stuff. Okay, last thing is I should probably make this a form to start with. And then we're going to have a button here. And inside here is where we're going to have our checkbox. Now, we do actually have Astro config, a new experimental feature in Astro called SVG. We're going to set this to true. Experimental. I spelled it correctly? Okay. So what we should be able to do is import up top here a check from assets. Man, VS Code does not like me right now. Nothing? Not going to help me out? Okay, check. We might as well bring in the trash while we're at it. So, like this. So let's bring in our check here. And cannot define, let's see, type of check SVG. What's the matter with this? Oh, this hasn't saved yet again? Okay, there we go. That's fine. Okay. Let's do size like 4. Oops. Class of size 4. 5. Something like that. Okay. So because we haven't done, this is going to be type of submit. We're going to need to, we don't have any text here, so we need an ARIA label. This will be like add expense. And then let's add some classes here. Grid, place items, center. Let's see. Why is this not taking up its full section? Item center. Oh, because I've got the whole thing showing it. didn't think about that when I set that up. Quick and dirty fix. Let's do margin top 8, 5, 4. Perfect. Okay. I think that's good then. I don't know. That's good. That's fine. Okay, so we fill this out. We fill this out. This is type of number. Sure. Okay, I think that's good enough for now to at least get this going. I guess it depends on what we want to do as far as handling this now. And now I'm kind of wishing I would have done this in React. It's not too hard to do. We're basically there. So this is just going to be an Astro wrapper at this point, I think. Let's just do that. So we're going to call this like form.tsx. And here we'll pull in everything. And thankfully, since we pretty much already wrote it all in React, it's not going to be a huge deal to move this over. Yeah, so let's do this. We'll take my form. I'm not going to pull that in either, huh? Okay. Actually, I can just do this, right? Form. Okay, cool. So let's come back over here, drop this in here, pull this in, change this to class name, like nothing ever happened. This check box, I guess what we could do is just come over here and convert this to a check. And that should work. Change this over to TSX. I know, props are never used. It'll be okay. Sure. All right, so let's pull this in now as a React component. All right, cool. So I think we're good there. This should be fine. Should probably hydrate this though, so we actually get JavaScript. So we'll say client load is fine. Okay, and I guess technically we're gonna have this whole section. Yeah. All right. We're just gonna do everything in React, and we'll use Astro's actions and a couple other things, but we're not going to get a lot of benefit out of Astro with just this. But like typically, if this is a full site, I'd have a little section like that would be React. So I'm fine with this emotionally. Hopefully you are too. All right, so this will be a form section up top, and then down below we'll have the other stuff. Yeah. Okay. So I think we should keep track of this in state, and then also worry about. Also, when we submit the form, we can just like save it to AstroDB. Here I am talking myself into doing more. npx astro add db. I'm definitely not out for this today, so let's see how this goes. I was going to do like a short little stream. I was like, oh, that doesn't seem too hard to solve. Just throw it in local storage. Make it real simple. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining. I'd love to know what you're doing during this season. Merry Christmas for those of you who celebrate. Happy day off, hopefully, for a lot of you. All right, so let's have this bottom section here. I think it's just supposed to be visible. Let's see, where are the actual instructions? As soon as the user enters the vendor amount, click. Okay, if the user clicks on the trash, then that line is deleted. Okay, that's fine. So let's keep track of state in React, but then also use these little forms to hit some action or some like database endpoints. Okay. Let's see. Let's come out here. So we're going to have expenses here. And let me just DB. So I don't have to remember how to do this myself. Let's just grab all of this. That should work. All right, and in this case, here, let's do this. Okay, there we go. We're going to call this expense. And here we're going to have expense. All right? Yeah. All right, so we've got an ID. What else do I have? What do we call that? Vendor? Optional true. No, it's not going to be optional. Let's have like a max length, though. Can I do that? Max? No, I can't. That's right. We're going to do amount. And here I think I'll just store it as cents. That seems to make sense to me, right? Amount, and then the delete, it's not like a state we've got to keep track of. Yeah, so let's just do amount column dot number. Okay, cool. That should work. Let's go ahead and seed this data then. So oh, come on. There we go. DB insert. That's right. Oh, wait. DB. It doesn't matter like how often you do this stuff. If you don't, or it doesn't matter if you do this stuff a lot. If you don't do it often, then you just forget how to do it, which is fine. Expense. This should be coming in here as well. No? Tables. Expense. Yeah? Oh, Chris. Comment, define, table. Where do I have to export this thing? No, that's not what I'm interested in. This should be expense, right? Oops. Over here. Define table, right? And then I export that table as, I don't know why that's not showing up. Maybe let's just, oh, I didn't start this again. npm run dev. All right, now this should come in. And expense. There we go. Okay, everything's fine. We're going to weight it, and then we've got values here. And the ID should be auto. Yeah, it should be done automatically, so I don't think I'll need this. So I should be able to just do amount, do like, I don't know, something, and then vendor Walmart. Okay, so let's actually get this data in here as well in a second. So let's create a little action. And I'll pull the docs up here, just actions right here. So you can see that we can define actions like this. And they're basically, let's just grab it here. It should be actions, I think. We'll do, let's do index.ts. I'll drop this in here, and then we'll do like a add to expense or add expense. .ts. Do the same thing here, except here we're just going to have export const add expense equals define action like that. Okay, cool. So we'll do everything in here. So we can basically have a little handler here. So this should take a form action or form input. So we can say it accepts form. So it knows it's going to get form data back. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to say it needs an ID, although I guess we're going to create that manually. So this will just need a few things. What are the names of these things? Where's my form? The name is vendor and amount. Okay. So we'll have vendor, which will be a z.string. And here we can say like max, max, right? Like, I don't know, 20 characters. and we'll just use the custom the default message. That should be fine. And then amount the dot number. Can I say like int or something? What does this mean? Does this mean it has to be an integer, right? I think. Okay. So then here we can just pull in vendor and amount. That's the second time I've misspelled vendor today. All right, and then here let's just return. And these I need to destructure. Okay, vendor, third time. Goodness. And we're gonna do amount. Okay, let's see. That should work. All right, so add expense. Now we're gonna import that into here. Add expense. Okay, that should work. Let's pull that in. All right, so now we've got this thing to where we can add the expense. Let's do a little action here, which you can now do in React 19, and we should be able to just pull in, let's see. I'm trying to remember exactly how to do this. Just like action, right? Actions dot add expense. Yeah, so when we submit this form, it should hit that endpoint. Now, obviously, this would be on, this is going to like console log down here once we do this. So we'd be like something happened over here. It posted. Oh, I just returned it. Here, I want to console log this just so we can see that it's working, hopefully. Yeah, okay, so let's come in here to something, add this. Yeah, something. Okay, so it's actually hitting this endpoint. Now, obviously, it's hitting and reloading the page because that's the default. So this is like our fallback, but it should actually work. So now what we want to do is do the same thing we did in our seed. I'm not really talking through how to do this. I know, but anyhow, this is all server side. I'm just, it's too early and too Christmassy to do a whole lot more than this, but we'll just, yeah, wait. Insert values. Let's see, insert expense values. And then here we just want the amount and we want the vendor. Goodness. Let's see. Is that all right? Come on. Select from, I'm not selecting, I'm inserting values, author body. I should be able to just do that. Oh, it's not an array. That's right. No? Number, vendor string. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here. Values. This should be just like this, right? Vendor is going to be my vendor. Amount is going to be my amount. Right? I need to wrap that. Why is this thing not happy? Doesn't have ID, that's fine. Should I just say this is number and call it a day? No? Huh. Let's see what happens. I'm not sure why it's upset type-wise. I'm not seeing placeholder. Vendor string amount number. Amount number. Placeholder string any. Why is it typing that as any? Like these should be number and amount. I don't know. Let me know if you're seeing something I'm not seeing. All right, let's see if it actually works. And then, let's see, we've got this Astro DB right here. All right, so we've got our fake one in there. Let's do something. and add, and then come over here and refresh. No, it's not even, not doing that, huh? Okay, so it doesn't like me. Huh. What am I doing wrong with this? Let's see, insert, comment values, author body. Did I misspell? If I misspelled vendor, like the third time, I'm just going to stop this. That would be the fourth time. I'm just going to stop this stream. Config. I swear. Okay. Well, for any of you who needed proof that I'm no good at spelling. Okay, so now we should have... Gosh. Yeah, something. Okay, so now we've got something. It's all working. Everything's fine. Stuff's great. Are you guys good? I'm great. Okay, so now that we've added this, I also want to return something. So I think, let's just do a little try catch in here, I guess. Actually, we should be able to return an error already from here. So I'll just return like success or something. All right, so now on the front end, we can, instead of relying on this, this is our fallback. So it should work even without JavaScript, basically, although it's React, so probably not. But now what I can do is come in here and say const handle form submit. All right. And I think I'm just going to take in, yeah, let's just do this. Yeah. We'll just have the event for now. Event e.prevent default. Man, I can't think. Prevent default. All right, for now, and then we'll come in here and we'll add on submit handler, or we'll have our handle form submit. Is that right? Yeah, and then here, this is of this type. Right? Did I do that right? No, clearly not. On submit, I did that. This should be a form element. Right? I don't know. Event handler. Form event. I think that's right. It'll be fine. Event form handler. This is my event. Everything's great. All right, so now what we're going to do is do a try catch here. Let's go ahead and make this async. And that way I can have a try catch in here. We're going to await actions dot add expense. I need to pass it my form data. I don't remember if you can get this directly from React using something, but anyhow, I'm just going to grab it off the ref. So that's probably what I should do here too. I guess we're not really handling this. Let's see what this gives us. Form data. We're going to get this from e dot. I think I do need a ref here. I don't know. It's like when you half code in React and half code in other stuff. I can't remember what you need. Form ref equals use ref. Here, this is an HTML form element. And let's grab this and throw it on here. Ref equals that. Why is this being weird? Form event handler. I don't know. I don't remember how to type that, so sorry. Let me know. Here, I'm going to pass in the form ref.current. I think just like that. Type of HTML element is not undefined. All right, so let's actually see what we're getting here. Actually, let's just pass it in directly. So we'll pass in the form data and see what happens. All right, so let's see. Now it should stop it. Something is happening. Okay, so it should have stopped it, and it should have actually posted, so it looks like it did. Let's look at our DB. Something is happening, but it's not. Okay, so looks like I hit this endpoint. I got a 400 error, though. Add expense, form data. I should be able to just pass in the form data directly here, right? Add expense. Let's make sure I'm actually getting something. Vendor amount. All right, so something here. Something here and something here. So I am actually getting it there. Oh, it is showing up. Okay, it's working. Everything's great. I don't know why this thing... How to type a React form event, since clearly I don't know. Hey, can see dots. Thanks, Kent. Synthetic event. Let's try that. When in doubt, ask somebody who knows what they're doing. Do I have to... I have to pass something in here? What if I just do this? Yeah, so I think I have to pass this in and then basically say... Oh, I think that's it. I just needed a... Maybe? No? TypeScript. You're so helpful until I don't know how to use you, which means that's your fault. Alright. It's working. Let's not worry about it. So we should get something back here, right? So we can just grab this here. We get data and error back from these. So I should be able to just console log that I've got this. So I think what I'm going to do is have some local state here. So if I come over here and we do this, right? So I should be able to console. I should have console logged that locally here too. Yeah, okay, I did. So I got success. So assuming I get success, which I guess I'll just do like this. It's probably better to have like a object I'm actually returning or something. Like message equals success. Let's do that. Okay, so let's come back over here. Dot message. I don't know that that's really that useful, but anyhow. Yeah, if we get this back as success, then let's go ahead and like update state or something. Okay, so next, what I want to do is grab const expenses, set expenses. We're going to do this from use state. And eventually we're going to type this, I guess. Although I should be able to get the type off of... Right? Can I get the type off of my config here? Somehow? I'm not going to worry about it for sake of time. So let's grab this here. Let's just do it up here. So we'll say like type expense equals. We'll export this because we're probably going to have some subcomponents here. So here this will be type of string. This will be type of number, and then we also are going to have an ID, which is the type of number. Okay, so we're going to type this thing here. as a type of expense. I think that works. All right, so let's first of all grab on page load. There is like the new use thing, but I'm not going to try to remember how to do that right now. Use effect. So what we're going to do is on load. Anytime our expenses change. Although, yeah, this is just going to be for initial page load. I do want to hit an endpoint. So let's make this thing another, because I want to do this server side, because this is all going to be client side, obviously. So I want to hit an endpoint. So let's add like get expenses as one of our options over here. Values, amount, vendor. I swear. All right, let's come over here. Let's just duplicate this. We'll call it get expenses dot ts. That works. Get expenses. Here, this is going to accept nothing, have no inputs, have nothing here. And all I want to do is return. We're going to await db.select d.read. Oh, I don't remember what Jersel does here. Select. Yeah, select. Okay. From, and then we're going to select all the stuff from our expenses. All right, so here we're going to call this expenses. Expenses equals that. And then here we're going to return data, which are our expenses. I think that'll work. Let's come over here and let's have get expenses. So the reason I'm doing this is because I want this to be server side, obviously. I want to grab it from the client, but I don't want it to be, I'm not going to access my database on the client. So get out of here. TS, oh yeah, expect error because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let's come over here and we're going to update state later. First of all, what we're doing is grabbing this. So, see it like this that you have to do? No. Const get expenses. Async. Right? Const expenses equals await db actions dot get expenses, and then once we get this back, we're going to update our local state. I think is what we're doing. So set expenses. This is the initial page load, so there should be nothing here anyhow. So I think that should work. Never. Undefined type. Everything's going to be fine. Why is this typed as never again? Oh yeah, I need the data. And now I think that should be right. Vendor string amount number is not a single type of expense, undefined. Vendor string amount, that should be right. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this should be on page load. Let's call this like that. Let's see what happens. Okay, so let's just do this. These expenses. Oh, stuff. I was overwriting this. Well, not really overwriting it, but it was at least confusing. Let's come down below here. Yeah, we'll just say for each expense, we're going to output a paragraph that says e.vendor. And here we're going to have a key, which is the e.id. Okay, that worked awesome. Expenses.map. This should be an array of these objects, right? All right, let's see what we're getting here first. Data, array, data. Oh, the data of the data. So that just had to do with how I returned it here. So I don't need to return it as data of data because that's right. It comes back as data. So if I just return it like that, now I should actually get the data I need here, which means now I can just say stuff. Maybe. No? All right, let's come back here then. Console.log stuff. Oh yeah. Sorry. This is literally me just talking to myself and coding at this point. I don't even know if there's any comments. No, how about you infer the type? I'm not sure from what, but totally. Let's console.log. At this point, that could have been 5 minutes ago. You commented that. I'm so sorry. All right. So we've got this expenses. Okay. Now I should be able to set expenses to my data.expenses. On hard mode today. Okay, so now I've got this stuff. So now I should be able to output the bottom stuff. Okay, cool. So we've got something kind of working. So now what we're going to do is when we add new expenses, I also want to update my state, right? So down here, I want to set state, right? I add expense. What do I get back from that? Let me just console log the data entirely. Let's come back to our add expense. And instead of just returning message success, I also want to grab const. I don't remember what this gives me. Data? No? New value or something like that. Let's console log this. So here we're going to say like, let's just call it new value or item expense. Okay, so let's come over here. We're going to add something here. Cannot stringify arbitrary non-PGOs. Okay, I don't know what that means. Let's come over here and console.log the expense here, server side. Okay, so it says success. Okay, here's what I get. That's right. Rows affected, insert ID 5N. Last insert row ID. Why is it 5N? DB. And I did not need to be taking this long on this. Why is it N though? I don't understand that. Is it like some fancy database thing I don't understand? Not gonna search Astro for that, huh? Okay. So all that to say, I should be able to say last row, insert last row ID. So let's do that. We'll do like expense is expense dot last row ID. So this should be type of big int undefined. That's why this goes so it's not insert or the table was an ID valid. Okay. What other options do I have? Column rows affected to JSON. What does this do? Okay. Rows affected. Do I get... Okay, so I do. So let's pick that off then. What happens if I pass this back as this? 7N. Okay. So let's just go to JSON. We get the expense back on the front side. All right, so now I should be getting, assuming that I have state success. Well, it's going to be successful if it comes here anyhow. So I should just handle error. So if there's an error, throw new error where I throw the error. Dot message. And then down here, we're going to console.log for now. The error dot message. Let's see, error is instance of an error, then that, otherwise we'll just do error. Okay. All right, so assuming I have the data now, because I should have it at this point, the data dot expense dot, what did we find over here? Rows, I don't remember. That's the last row ID. So I should have that, and then all the rest of the data is from my form data, right? Because this isn't going to give me that data back, right? No, so I just need that ID though to make sure that it's the right ID. Okay, that's what I needed, by the way. I'm not explaining anything today, so sorry. All right, so now that we've got that, I want to update my local state in React. So let's come over here to my expenses. We're going to set expenses. Yeah. We're going to take our prev.push. All right. All right, I guess I could just prev, and then this should be a type of expense. Why is that a problem? I don't know. Let's do parse int. So this will be our ID. Data dot. String expense any. I don't know that I really want to type all this. Shouldn't this know? Oh. We're just going to say as number or as string. Like this. I'm getting all caught up in the details. First, create new array, extend it with the old array, then set. Yeah, but that's what I'm doing with prev, right? I mean, I could also do it externally here. This is my expenses. First set that, extend it with the old array, and then set. Because I'm just spreading in. By spreading, you're creating a new array anyhow. So I'm taking the old one. But. And then. Oops. And then here we're just going to set this to new expenses. But that should be the same thing as what I was doing. But maybe it's not. Yeah, because it still doesn't like me. I think it's because of the fact that it could be undefined. So, I don't know, I'm running into TypeScript issues. Vendor, because that's how you spell things, will be my forum data. .get. And then we'll do the same thing here for amount. Okay, I think that should work. Now, I do want to convert this thing to an int as well. Parse int. Call it a day. Okay, so I should be updating my local state now. I think. All right, let's come over here, first of all, and just restart the server. Oops. And that way it clears all that stuff. Okay, and I just have Walmart. All right, so let's come over here. Something, actually, let me input. I have no idea what this music is. Let's say autocomplete here to the, we'll just say false. Can I say false? None. All right. It's still auto-completing. Key should have each have a unique prop. So I should be getting this back. Should be setting that here. What am I messing up? Typecast to expense. Yeah, I mean, I could just, but it's clearly not working either. Like, it doesn't work until I refresh. So right now it's setting everything just to these previous expenses. So maybe I have to spread this in. Is that right? Why can I not spread this in? So it's something to do with the way I've typed it. All right, so let's just come back out here. Let's think before we do. This should work, right? I've got the previous expenses, and now I'm just going to spread them in, which automatically creates a new array. Then after this, I'm going to add all that stuff, which I probably should have saved on my clipboard. Okay. Yeah, let's grab all this. All right, so this is also parse int this as string. Nope, as string. This is the amount. Okay, so this should work, right? Yeah, okay, there we go. So I don't know. So it should be adding it each time. The key of nan is not super helpful. So let's come back out here. I should be getting this last ID here from the data each time. So let's just see data insert row ID. Let's see what happens here. So let's just get the data then. Data.expense. All right. This is going to be parse int here. I can't do that. It's undefined. I mean, it knows it's an array of expenses. Is it because it could be undefined? I don't know. All right. We at least got it kind of working. Let's come back out here. All right. So we're going to add something here. We're actually kind of close to done, believe it or not. All right. Perfect. Now it's actually showing state. If I hard refresh, it pulls in directly from the database. So we got stuff working. Let's actually come down here then. And yeah, so first of all, we're going to say expenses. If they exist, we have this div here that has a border. Okay. And then inside here, we're going to loop over those expenses like that. So we've got two sections here we got to think about. So I guess this extends, so we could do this in a couple different ways. I could remove the padding off everything. Or we could just do the lazy man's way. So we've got padding 8. Let's do margin -4 either direction and call it a day. You know what, we're going to have it here anyhow. So yeah, let's come inside here. So let's do that. And here we'll also do padding 8. And then let's get rid of this. Okay. So that should work. We've got this top section. Let's wrap all this then in another one. Yeah. All right. So this is going to go up here. Yeah, that should work. Okay. So we'll have two things here. We're going to have our expenses. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so let's just have two sections. We'll also have this total section down here. Total. I don't know, something like that. We'll do the same thing for this. And what else? Same thing. Top, I guess. Let's just do padding bottom 6. Okay, something more like that. All right, next let's go ahead and loop through these. With this music is, I can like hardly hear it too, so just tell me to skip. Let's do grid, gap 2, something like that. 4. What is this supposed to look like? Okay, so we've got 3 columns. Flex. Justify between gap 2. We're gonna have the vendor. We're also gonna have the amount. 2 locale string, where we'll do EN US type currency USD. What's the other thing I need on here? Style currency, I think. Look at that. All right, minimal fraction digits 0, maybe. I think that should work. Well, I guess we can leave it at 2. What do they have? Yeah, they got 2. Okay. Do they have dollar signs? No. It's an improvement. That's what we're going to call it. We're also going to need to, I guess.
All right, let's bring that beat back.
Yeah, we need to. It's because we're going to store it in cents, which I also haven't done yet. So let's have a little helper. So we'll have a lib folder. We'll do like handle or currency c.ts. Format currency. So this should take in a number, right? And this should just take in our number right here. I guess we could call it like amount. And it should return it to us like this. Now, technically we need the amount divided by 100, right? Since we're going to store it like that. How do we have this? Like, what happens if I do this? Enter a valid value. The 2 nearest values are 12 and 13. So I don't know what I want to do here. If I want to go all in. Let's do this. Let's take our form, do type of text, and we can do, let's do a little spread operator for the rest. I don't need to type that though. And here we're going to spread in the rest. And that way I can use other stuff in here too. And I should probably type that, but let's do a pattern. Let's see. Let's do HTML pattern for numbers or periods. That will work. What? Thought I copied that. Why is this not letting me? Yeah, pattern string not assignable to. Well, it's part of the rest. I guess I probably need to extend this. Maybe. I'll do like input type interface input type extends HTML input element. Oops. IDs used more than once. Undefined autocomplete. Why is this having an issue? HTML input element. I don't really use this anyhow, so what if I get rid of this? Is that the issue? No. Is it that I've provided these here? Sure wouldn't think so. That I could overwrite them later. Maybe that's the issue. Isn't this how you do this? Man, I'm getting caught up in TypeScript. Okay, let's just not worry about this, and we're just going to call it a day on this. And I'll put a note here for somebody else. You should probably type this correctly. All right, that was close enough. Pattern should be fine. Basically, I just need to be able to put in stuff like this, and it'd be okay. Now, I should have gotten an error there, right? Yeah, okay. Because I haven't handled it on the backside. So technically, this now, I guess we can handle it here. This is now a string. Includes. Let's see, what does this let me do? Yeah, I think that works. Let's come in here and just say number amount, and this would be I mean, I'm kind of overcomplicating this, aren't I? Let's not overcomplicate this. We're going to just, it's our app. We're going to do whatever we want. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Basically, what I'm interested in is capturing this as sense because it's easier to add and subtract. So for now, I'm just going to move this back to number and erase the 10 minutes I just wasted. So allow the text with a regex pattern for numbers with floats. Yeah, I can test if it can be converted to a number, but wouldn't that doesn't account for the actual dot, right? Thanks, Aiden, for for helping. All right, so I'll wait to hear back from you. In the meantime, let's come over here and we'll add a little button here. So probably, honestly, maybe what I should do is have a form. Why not, right? And this is going to be my trash button. So let's come over here to my trash, wherever that was. Assets. Yeah. TSX. We'll say trash. Export trash. That's fine, whatever. Okay. This must not have trash. Box, view box. 0, 0, 24, 24. There we go. Okay. All right, so now we've got this little form that refreshes the page. So let's do this. Let's give this thing a name. Aria label will be, label will be delete item. I'd like to style this better, but this thing also didn't have one view box. There we go. No wonder it looks so weird. Okay. Yeah, that should work. Okay, so action. Honestly, maybe we should just do like make this a hard refresh. Why not? We probably shouldn't do that. We'll say like delete expense. And here I'm going to pass in, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have a type of text. I need the ID. So let's make this a type of number. We'll have it hidden. And we'll give it a name of ID. And what else do I have? Value will be my e.id. Okay, so in other words, I'm going to have this as a hidden input, which means I can grab it as part of the form data that comes in. So we're going to do add expense here, delete expense. All right, we're going to accept that. We're going to have an ID. That comes in. ID, and here we're going to all right, what we want to do is delete the item, which is an expense. Delete. Let's see. SQLite. Is that what it's showing me? They're all the same? Okay. Dot expense. Dot where. Let's pull that in. Where these two are equal. And where the users, the expense dot ID equals the thing I pulled in. Let's also pull this in. Where it equals the ID. And then, yeah, we might as well just return. That's fine. This expense, the ID. Deleted ID. So it's going to pass back the deleted ID. I don't really need data here. Okay. So this delete expense we now need to add over here, which means we should be able to come over here and delete expense. So it should delete it right now without us doing anything else. Delete. But we have to refresh for it to be gone. So that'll be our backup. And that's if we don't have JavaScript enabled. Now I'm interested in why it didn't refresh the page there though. Probably should have done that. I don't know. All right, let's also put these things together like this. So flex, gap 1 or something like that, and that way they'll be next to each other. It's probably the easiest way to do that, I would think. We'll do items center. Okay. All right, basically there. Let's just do a submit here. We'll do like handle delete item expense. And here, let's come up here. Handle delete expense. We're going to do the same kind of thing, right? Where we get the form data. And here we're going to delete expense. Pass along the form data, throw new error. Previous. Do we have an issue up here too with that? Or did we fix that? Set expenses. Oh, okay. Pre dot filter, where the item i.id does not equal the data form. I guess we'll just grab it right off the form data.get id. Number and for each null. Oh, okay, well. Let's get this back. So I'm going to get this back as a number, right? So deleted ID will be my expense dot deleted. All right, isn't that what I have? Deleted ID number. Oh, but it's an array of those. Okay. All right, so I should get that deleted ID back. So now we're going to say if it equals the data dot deleted ID. Right? So that should get rid of it. And now it's all broken. Handle form event. Oh, this is what I was already having trouble with earlier. Where the ID does not equal the deleted ID. This should be right, right? Let's see what happens. All right, at some point, value prop. This should be default value, I think. Default. No. Like that. A key render form. Or do I not have a key properly showing? Well, that would be whatever this is going on. Look at that. All of our problems are gone. Okay. Invalid code. Number. Something doesn't exist. Post bad request. Received null. Expected number type. Received null. Why am I getting null there? Alright, when in doubt, restart the server because you probably messed something up. Alright, so if I come over here and delete. Let's see, what am I actually getting in the DOM? Value 1. Oh boy. That could have gone better. So, now I'm getting this number thing. What is going on here? Data expense last row, inserted ID, vendor a string. Really, I'm really doing well today. All right, so I should get those back. So that's actually correct now. Okay, so it is adding stuff properly there. What is the matter with this though? Oops. Sorry, VS Code. Come back. Okay. All right, what am I actually getting here? Let's check. Value 2. When I go to delete this, Failed to validate. Never received null. Why am I getting null here then? Wrong form ref. Alright, so we've got multiple different refs in here. So let's just pass this along. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. Yeah, let's just do this. This will be the e.id. Easy. Alright, so we don't even really need this now. Although I do for this, so let's just leave that as a backup. Okay, so this handle delete expense now is going to take in a number. This will be an amount, type of number. Well, I guess it also still needs the other thing, doesn't it? Because I still have to stop the event. I should probably name this something else. Expense. So I can use what I need to down there. For now, let's just do that. Oh no. .id. So here we're going to have the expense .id, and then we're also going to pass in the event. Okay. Back up top. Handle event. We've got that. We've also got the amount, which is a number. And now that should be happy. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now that I got both of these, I'm just going to take the amount and here, delete expense. Set. Let's just set an ID to the amount, which should have been called ID in the first place. So let's say ID. Isn't it like this? Value string blob. Alright, that'll work. And then now we're just going to do form data. Since I already have it coming in as form data, it's easier just to keep it that way. Now if I delete that, everything goes away. Okay, cool. Alright, I think we're mostly there then. The last thing I need to do is if I have no expenses. So let's come down here. We're going to say expenses.length is greater than 0. Why is that an issue? I don't know. Also, I lost all of my comments. Where's ARC? All right, here we go. Showing errors inline console ninja. Hey, what? Welcome. Okay, let's finish this thing up because I have other things to do today that don't involve this. Last thing I need to do. So if I add something in here, I probably also eventually want to make this to where I can do sense and it like converts it and stuff, but I want a total section down here. So here, let's do the same basic thing we've got here, right? I guess we already have that. So we'll do flex, justify between items center. We'll have a paragraph that says total. And then over here, right? Oh, total spent, whatever. Total spent. And over here, we'll have our full amount. Now, I gotta account for the spacing here. So, I don't know. There's a couple things we could do. I guess I could just be real lazy and say flex items center gap 2. Is that about what I did? Gap 3. And here we could just have this button. And something size 4. It's size 4, so that should be fine. So let's do this. Let's have a paragraph this size of 4 on it, naturally. And then over here, we're going to have, this will be our total state. So let's grab our expenses dot. I also realized I never actually used the function I wrote for this. Man, I'm really doing well today. Let's do currency. Where is that at? Format currency. Currency. I knew I'd get to it eventually once we needed it. Expense.amount. Expense.amount. What? Format currency. Why would that be wrong? I mean, like toString or something? Expenses amount. Oh, expense amount. To local string in US, yeah. I don't know why that's wrong, but I guess we're gonna just not use our thing anymore, so that's fine. Oh, it's because of this. All right. So we're going to take our expenses in a second. Expenses dot, let's just reduce them. We'll have the accumulator value of the expense. And in the end, we want a number like that. Okay. Now what I want is expense dot amount ACC plus that. What did I mess up? Reduce this. Yeah, that should work. Okay. And then we're just going to format currency of that. Maybe? Oh man, what did I mess up? There we go. Look at that. Adding everything up for us. And then we just calculate the cents afterwards. And we have our little fake size 4 thing over here to offset that. All right, that's close enough. I'm happy with that, especially because I was going to stream for like 40 minutes and then I ended up doing all this stuff. Still don't know exactly what I'm doing here. I think it's just because it could be undefined, maybe. What if I say if expenses, then just return? No. Okay. They're worth a shot. All right. Well, hopefully that was semi-helpful to somebody. At least you got to see how the form actions work. We used React mostly. Kind of kept track of like UI state versus like the actual database state. But I actually saved it in a database, so there's that. You have to throw this up on Terso or something. I didn't really explain stuff very well today, so I just kind of coded. But that's kind of the vibe today. So hopefully you're doing okay. Thanks for watching. For those of you who celebrate, Merry Christmas. For those of you who don't, hopefully you get the day off from work. And I will see you sometime. All right, thanks.